Take raw power, harness with patience, breed it with skill, and sometimes you get perfection.
There is something remarkably special and appealing to the eye about a herd of Aberdeen Angus in a field of grass. That's wonderful. It's that wonderful straight
back, beautiful,
isn't it?
The top line, sir, yeah.
I have always believed that quality produces better and consistent value in the long term. And so when I first started a herd at Highgrove, it was to my beloved grandmother's Castle of May herd that I turned for the founding stock. But as I discovered, buying livestock from your own family can be an expensive business. The modern Aberdeen Angus is one of the most successful beef breeds in the world, not least because of the high quality beef it produces and the fact that it is able to adapt to all sorts of climatic conditions. Indeed, there can be few countries in the world where the Aberdeen Angus has not had an influence. But to me, the particular joy is seeing one of this country's finest native breeds flourishing and competing strongly against the continental cattle. It thrives on our grassland and, I happen to believe, is essential with our other native breeds to the future of agriculture. Consumers are increasingly concerned about the quality of the food they eat and how it is produced, and that is why preserving these breeds is so important. Here at Highgrove, I have Aberdeen Angus on the home farm not only because of the Queen Mother's long and happy association with the breed, but because they are ideally suited to our organic management system. And I hope you can see how well they look on our clover and grass swards. My grandmother was patron of the historic Aberdeen Angus Cattle Society for an astonishing 67 years. It is therefore a matter of enormous pride to me that I was asked to follow tentatively in her footsteps. And I am delighted, as patron of the Society, to present this introduction and to wish the Aberdeen Angus Society all possible success in its continued and future endeavours.
Aberdeen Angus is the greatest beef brand in the world. Not a question about that.
You mention Angus and instantly there's a connection with quality.
There's something really special about them, quite apart from the commercial attributes.
25,000!
They grow well on grass, they're easy to finish, easy calving. They're fantastic mothers.
It's about quality and it's about consistency, and that's very much what Angus represents.
It's a Rolls Royce of meat.
The taste of the Aberdeen Angus beef, it's its quality, and at the end of the day, an ounce of quality is worth a ton of hype.
And that's the bottom line. In a busy world, dominated by headline-grabbing food scares and consumer concerns,
We've got the fillet as ready.
Aberdeen Angus has become a global brand leader.
Only way to have Aberdeen Angus is rare.
Respected for its integrity and excellence.
Can service.
Everyone wants a slice of the action.
Hi, can I have an Angus meal, please?
What the Angus has done is it's completely reframed the way in which our customers perceive our brand. It's without question the single most important and successful new product launch from Burger King here in the UK within the last 10 years.
We've recently launched what we call dry-aged Aberdeen Angus, which sits right at the top of the quality pyramid.
We are planning big growth in our business over the few years, and the combination of people moving towards quality, plus the fact that we're expanding our own business, will mean there'll be a lot more demand for this sort of quality beef.
Marks & Spencers have always had a view that a superior beef will come from the suckler herd rather than from the dairy herd. So when they put the Angus extra tier to that Angus that they're delivering is the progeny of an Angus bull on a select brand of suckler cows.
10,000 a bit, 10,000 a bit, 10,000, 10,000 a bit, 11,000 bit, 11,000 a bit.
However, in an increasingly volatile economic climate, it's vital that the numbers stack up. Aberdeen Angus producers across the country are in the front line and take a long-term, pragmatic approach to their profit margins.
15,000. Thank you.
We finish approximately 600 cattle, Aberdeen Angus cross and pure Anguses here per annum. They give us far better grades and they do a lot better than the Continentals and Limousines from time of purchase in the store ring to the time of slaughter.
We had a sort of master plan that if the steers, when finished, came to as much or more than the Charlies, then we'd be quite happy. Last year's figures, it was about £20 a head more than the Charlie bullocks, so slightly less weight, more pence per kilo.
95% of our breed here is Aberdeen Angus, and compared to the Limousine and Continentals, I would estimate they're killing out at least a 10 to 15% better return than the Continental Limousine breeds.
There's a number of abattoirs that are crying out for more Aberdeen Angus side beef as steers or heifers for the beef trade, as well as amongst the females, because people are looking at how to breed a better suckler cow for their unit, and so Aberdeen Angus is ticking the box there as well.
As the demand from consumers hungry for high-quality traditional beef has increased, astute processors have been encouraging livestock farmers to rethink their approach to Aberdeen Angus production.
Here in Ireland, we're involved in trying to encourage people to reconsider their breeding policy on suckler herds, whereas up to now farmers went for live weight gain, they went for body size, and that was apparently delivering the right commercial result. They're now looking very seriously at changing over to Angus bulls, and the switched on farmers, I have to say, are coming back and saying, even if I was sceptical, I am now persuaded that I actually have a better economic model on my total farm. Cattle are finishing at younger ages, they're finishing slightly later, but their turnover and their profitability has actually improved.
Some of the biggest producers in Northern Ireland are on board, and they are happy with what we've done and what we are doing and the changes in the cattle. And the changes are evident here today.
I think this concept of niche is frequently overplayed. One can't afford to play in the niche market if you're slaughtering an animal and having to sell all the parts of the carcass to get the premium back. You have to play in the bigger part of the market, but in as much as you avoid commoditizing the brand, then you have a business model.
We take the whole carcass from our farmers rather than taking just the select cuts that we know we can sell all day long. And in doing that, we have to sell the whole carcass. So we offer the widest range of products on Aberdeen Angus, and that helps us drive sales.
For an abattoir such as ourselves, carcass balance is very, very important. We need to be able to sell into the best markets the vast majority of the cuts we produce. So Waitrose work very, very hard with us to develop new products, new cuts, new ways of marketing things that helps us with carcass balance. That reflects back into the premium that we can afford to pay to producers, because if we have a better carcass balance, we can afford to pay better prices.
At the Aberdeen Angus Society headquarters in Perth, new technology has been introduced to help crunch vital breed carcass data. A comprehensive online database is updated weekly. It's managed by Pedigree Cattle Services, a wholly owned commercial subsidiary of the Society, and operates BreedPlan. This program compiles all vital performance data and can be accessed by breeders and buyers worldwide.
The main part of Pedigree Cattle Services is the performance recording. So when people go to the bull sales, we have a suite of figures available for them which will predict how that bull will breed.
Birth weight, calving ease, 200, 400 and 600 day weights, including fat depth, eye muscle area and intramuscular fat scan measurements, are collated into the breed plan database.
So they want to know that that animal is going to be born, it's going to be easily calved, it's going to be on the ground running and going to grow, and they're going to get a return on their money on that side.
The Aberdeen-Angus Society is one of the oldest breed cattle organisations in the world and one of the most progressive. It's at the forefront of new and innovative developments, and it prides itself in its professional and personal approach to business.
My job is absolutely fascinating. I feel as if I'm part of a history. It goes back to the 1800s, and every Aberdeen Angus in the world can be traced back to our herd book here in Scotland. In the registrations department, we deal with mainly the registering of all calves that are born. We deal with transfers between members, embryo work, both local and imported embryos.
The society is a service business, pure and simple. We service the needs of our members, and it's important that we develop the society to deliver a wide range of services, both at genetic level, at breed improvement level, and on the IT front, so that they can develop breeding programs with the help of the society to improve the efficiency of the production systems.
Behind the scenes, the Society's created a groundbreaking, attention-grabbing youth development programme. It's a fully accredited scheme leading to industry-recognised qualifications.
It's going to be Ewan and Charlie. Okay, so you'll have one...
Participants come from a broad range of backgrounds and experience livestock handling close up, with a travel bursary awarded to the top student.
We're talking here of a workshop which covers ages from 9 to 25. So they have to go through the welfare of animals, dressing, moving, handling animals, and health and safety at home. They then come to a workshop where we transfer some of the more craft skills like halter making, the really in-depth skills like clipping and foot trimming.
And the enthusiasm of the youngsters has been really good. Some of the youngsters haven't even got farming background, and it really is nice to see these sort of people coming on board.
It's like learn about cows and bulls and show them, learn more about them, so I can be a farmer when I'm older.
And as demanding global consumers inquire about the provenance and quality of their food, Aberdeen Angus continues to meet the most discerning requirements.
The consumer wants to know where their product is coming from, and quite rightly so, and so assurance and provenance and all the welfare that's associated with that will remain a very, very important factor.
As a global brand, Angus has shown time and time again that it means something to consumers, and it's delivered in terms of eating quality right across the two hemispheres.
It's a better meat at the end of the day. It has a much better quality of flavour, it's a much denser meat, and it cooks better, and it's got everything you want in a piece of beef.
Every major beef producing country in the world has Aberdeen Angus cattle, and they all come back from Scottish ancestry.
Demand is huge. Angus is now the top purebred breed in Canada.
The Angus breed is the #1 breed in Switzerland by far. My heart beats for Angus.
We can't get enough Aberdeen Angus beef. And it's a clear message for commercial beef farmers that, you know, if you want them to outline your future strategy in a positive way, this is the breed to be in.
The Society and its members across the world can look to the future with optimism and confidence as the king of cattle continues to reign supreme.